going on, everybody? Welcome to The Obsession. I'm Carl Bethke.
I'm Mike Stadler.
We got a good question today, Mike, about what?
Few people, actually a lot of people have asked us about, because we film our hunts.
Yep.
So asked us about self-filming, using tactacams, cameramen. Cameraman.
Really?
Pros and cons.
I'm sitting next to my cameraman.
That's right, me too.
That's right. Pros and cons. Well, here's the biggest con about hunting with two people. Double the scent, double the movement.
It's twice as hard.
Double the equipment.
Yeah. Double the movement, double everything.
Double
your fun, unless you're done.
Right. That's a fact, and that's pretty tough with two people. Yeah, that's probably the biggest disadvantage about having a cameraman. Biggest advantage for the hunter is he doesn't have to worry about the camera.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when you guys watch a lot of our out west videos, majority of that's tactacams.
Tactacams, yeah.
We do a lot of tactacams for out west, and that's I'll be honest, I think the 5.0 wide angle is probably the best for what we're doing, and surprisingly, the audio's good.
Yeah, and you know, Carl and I actually use them as part of our weight.
Yeah.
They're right off our front stabilizers on our bows. We shoot with them year round.
Yep.
Shoot league, the tactacam's on. It's not running, but it is on our bow.
Yep. Indoor 3D league,
yep.
Outdoor broadhead league, everything. Yep. Yeah.
So we just shoot with them all the time.
Yeah, we set our bows up for that. And you guys can see on our bows there's obviously a lot of counterbalance and stuff. We run a V-bar system on our bow with the tactacams. That's correct. Just for being out west and being able to make a smooth shot. For instance, Mike's, if you guys look back here a couple weeks, look at Mike's antelope hunt. He shot his antelope 75 yards. Now, that one the tactacam wasn't running, but I had the handheld on it.
You were next to me.
Yeah, and that was a great shot. But, you know, the tactacams, they have the new 6.0 out. I'm going to throw this out so everybody's aware, my opinion. I have the new 6.0.
You do?
I would rather run my 5.0 wide angle. I think, you know, it says it's a 4K and, you know, the footage is all right and they enhance the image stabilization and all that. I shot that doe with the 6.0 on there and, to be honest, I'm not impressed with it. I think the 5.0 films better.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the audio is probably a little bit better on the 6, but the 5 is filming better.
The one thing that I think would be nice with the 6 is when we're out west, because it does have the small screen.
That's true.
So like if I was filming you or you were filming me, you know, you got that little, and you can see, you can still see what's going on with it, because we do, you know, I filmed one of your mule deer with tactacam. I didn't have a big camera.
No, that was 2019. The full body mount one.
I think that one would be cool.
Yeah.
You know, that way.
No, that's true. That's true. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm going to give it its chance. It's just my initial use of it, you know. We'll see how it goes. Yeah. But, yeah, we'll use it. Well, we got our North Dakota trip this year with muleys, and we'll use it there.
As far as self-filming, I'll say this, because I know this for a fact. Carl and I were self-filming before it was cool to self-film.
We were building our own camera arms before anybody knew about a company called Fourth Arrow. Yeah,
because you'll see, I see it a lot on the outdoor TV now. Mm-hmm. You know, self-filming, and everybody talks about it. It adds another element, and I give you bet your ass it adds another element.
It sure does.
Both of us have messed up on how many big deer. Trying to swing that camera and get the camera on and get everything right. And
the camera has saved a lot of deer.
Yep.
A lot of deer.
It's not easy at all, and it's a lot of equipment, and it's a lot of crap to carry, and it gets taxing.
It does.
You know.
You have to be totally dedicated to it to be successful at it. And, you know, if you do it yourself, you know. If you're interested in doing it, you'll find out. Mm-hmm. I'm not saying don't do it. I'm just saying there's a lot involved with it. You know, and there's been deer that, I'll be honest, that I haven't had on film because number one, it was my target deer and he walked just off a frame, and I didn't care because I was going to shoot him.
And that's kind of where we went away from the big cameras a few years ago, and actually got into the tactacams because I myself was sick of all the equipment. The camera arm, the mount, the big camera. Yeah. Especially when it's late in the year.
Oh man.
And we're going in, and we're a lot of times.
It's nothing like when we filmed for the TV show.
Oh no, I know.
That big shoulder-mounted beast we would carry.
Remember that one thing that we?
Good Lord.
It was looked like it was from the 70s.
Yeah, it was. It's like the big TV cameras that you see the guys shoulder mounting with.
That's why I had to start working out.
Yeah.
Get a camera on.
Well, there's a lot to that.
Go through. I'll tell you what, like Carl and I know this for a fact. We can get in a tree when we used to film for each other a lot, and mount a camera arm, or the base, the camera arm, the camera, plug everything in, the mics, everything, and it's dark, dark, and it's ready to go.
Yeah, you can't see anything.
So once you can start doing that, you've been filming for a while.
Oh yeah, yeah. And even now, the first time we're into the tree, it's a little awkward getting back into the system as especially the first night you're in the tree. But he comes back pretty quickly. If that's what you're interested in and you want to film, hey, more power to you. It is a blast. I mean, and the best part about it is, it's a memory you're going to have forever.
It is.
And we always have it here. I can go around and point to a deer on this wall and might be able to tell you the exact story and the day and everything. But this actually helps others enjoy kind of what you've done. What you're seeing, how it's like, what it's really like in the tree. Because for me, hunting is a release. I'll be honest. I have to be in a tree a certain amount of time a year, otherwise I'm gonna get mean. Yeah. But and filming, the aspect of filming it, I enjoy that part of it. But if it comes down to it, like last year, I didn't get shocker on film.
Nope.
And do I kind of regret it? It wouldn't be neat to have it, but I'm not gonna dwell on it.
No.
And then the tactacam part of things, I had the tactacam on the bow. I just freaked out and never hit the button.
It happens. It's easy to do.
Oh yeah.
They say one button, but it's easy to do.
Yeah, I mean, you start concentrating on the animal and doing what you have to do for that, you sometimes forget that.
Right. I will tell you, if you've never done it and you think you're gonna have a cameraman, there's a few things you probably should need to know.
Oh yeah.
So you better know that you can trust that guy to do everything right when a giant, animal, or my dog's barking.
Or the dogs are barking, yeah.
A giant buck walks into the field and this guy ain't freaking out. Moving around, hey, there's one coming, or something like that.
Yeah.
74.
This guy's going to be right above you,
behind
you. It can be a huge advantage having another guy, or it can be a huge disadvantage having another guy. And it can cause
he's going down right here.
Good tiff.
Hold on.
Somebody doesn't do something.
Right
there can be a lot of tension involved, and especially if you're friends. I can tell you right now, it can be pretty taxing on your friendship. And we've been doing it together 20 plus years, but we see things the same, and we've hunted with each other for that long, where we know each other's tendencies, and I can trust him. Number one, I can trust him with my life. Number two, I can trust him when there's a big deer around, and that's the same damn thing.
Yeah.
Really, it is. So, it's not, if he calls a yardage, he tells me a yardage, I don't second guess it. I set my pin.
Yep.
And vice versa, especially for spotting.
That's where it can be an advantage. Like out west, we do it for each other all the time.
Yeah.
We've called mule deer for each other. We both called each other's elk, or elk. Not yet.
Next year.
We've both called each other's antelope this year, yardage.
Mm-hmm.
And anything a second guess, it's set and shoot.
Yep.
Which goes, again, knowing your partner.
Yep.
Knowing they know their equipment, and knowing that your equipment, i.e. rangefinders, are right and the same.
Yep.
And there's a lot of things that people don't take into account. The littlest thing, you overlook it, and lives and walks.
Oh yeah.
And you might miss your own
Correct.
So
filming
is neat.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun.
It is.
And it's cool if you want to do it. If you want to start your own YouTube stuff up or whatever you guys want to do, I mean, that's great. More power to you. Just realize there's a lot involved in it. The other thing I want to tell you about filming is if you do get into YouTube or multimedia, social media and things like that, be prepared because people are going to critique you and criticize you and whatever else. Majority of the stuff that's bad, they're all trolls.
Yep.
You know, and you got to be able, you better have some pretty thick skin. You know, don't be touchy-feely, because if you're one of those touchy-feely people, find something else to do. I'm telling you that right now.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you're worried about what everybody else thinks, you're screwed right off the bat.
Yep.
Do your thing for you. So
yeah, we've kind of, both of us have always said, if you want to try it, try it.
Yeah.
Buy yourself the equipment, and it's not cheap.
No.
If you're gonna buy a good camera, and you want an arm, and you want to mount, tripods, microphones, tactacams. Back in the day when you used GoPros, some people still do. It's all expensive, all money, all equipment you gotta carry. Stuff that has to be charged up, maintained, ready to go. It can't be raining. It can't,
Yeah. Yeah, don't think you're gonna be filming in the rain, because it's not gonna happen. I'll tell you that. Well, it might for a little bit.
No.
And then your multi-$1,000 camera takes a dump or whatever.
That takes care of that.
So that's all we feel pretty much about filming. I mean, it's pretty simple, you guys. If you want to do it, go ahead and do it. It adds an extra element. It's hard to be successful and get in the shot and all of that. The one thing I want to say also about social media before we go is don't be that person who, in my opinion, if you're going to be successful, you can't be the person who has all kinds of footage and all kinds of stuff about the hunt and then don't have a shot or a kill. Don't tell me about the experience and how great it was. If you want to do that, then you want just an outdoor channel where you're talking about the experience, not a hunting channel. Correct. Thanks for listening to The Obsession.
Thanks for tuning in.
We appreciate it. If you guys want to subscribe, it's right here on YouTube in the lower left-hand corner. Just hit the reaper. Right on. And then if you guys want to listen to us, if you guys are out and about doing your thing, running down the road, want to listen to the Obsession Podcast, one of the best podcasts out there, you can pick us up at Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Google, or our main feed, rss.com.
Thanks, everybody. Talk to you later.